Alrighty, what's up everybody? My peeps. What's going on, you sexy bitches? And all you other pieces of garbage? Peter Joseph here for another video right here on the official Peter fucking Joseph YouTube wrestling channel. YouTube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now. Right now. I mean right now to this very channel and my other channels, which are down below in the description box. So like the video. You can leave a comment if you wish. You don't have to, but if you want to, go ahead. But if you're gonna leave a stupid comment, then you can pretty much jump in a hole and don't come out and go fuck yourself at the same time. But in any case, if you're real, you can do that. But if you're fake, you're a fake ass bitch, then get out of here. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish. And subscribe to my channels, all down below in the description box. And as always, follow me on social media if you dare. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Gotta be real there. If you're not, you seriously need to get smacked in the face. And get a life. Pretty much get a life and get smacked in the face at the same time. But I don't know if you can do that, but whatever. But in any case, follow me on social media. Share the video all over the internet. But most importantly, tap and slap that bell. I think we all know what to do with that. Turn on all notifications, don't miss a goddamn thing. And if you do, well, pretty much, you suck. And you're SOL. And you know what that means. If you don't know what that means, I don't know, I can't say anything about that, but it is what it is. You missed it, and you're lost. And that's pretty much it. So, thank you all for watching. If you're new here, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride, and if not, you can go with everybody else and jump in a hole. And that's pretty much it. But if you're new and you like the content, you want more of it, hoorah, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and enjoy. And if not, there's the door, there's the X button, and you can just get out of here. And that's that. But you want to stay so badly because you love how my dick tastes, then go ahead. Go ahead. I don't swing that way, but if you do, then that's on you. I guess people love my vitamin D. So does your mom and your grandma. And your girl, too, but I digress on that. But that's it, you know. What am I gonna say? What else can I say? I can't really say anything else for the last 15 years. It's just crazy. But, you know, it is what it is. I aim to please, and I try to be at least somewhat entertaining to some people. But if you think I'm boring, then why watch me? Just for shits and giggles to get a good laugh? Because you're so bored. You got nothing else. You got nobody else to watch. Got nothing else to do than just watch me. But thank you for the free view, asshole. And thank you for the free sub as well. So, I mean, I really don't need your sub if you're gonna act like a complete jackass. I don't need it. But if there's some real people on this website that would love to watch my shit, so. But other people, they don't really need to watch it. But they do because they got nothing else to do. They really should just be focusing on their own channels and their own lives, how bad they're screwing it up with whatever they do on this website, off this website. They want to screw their lives up, then that's on them. I'm just here to escape and give my opinion on the wonderful world of professional wrestling and anything else I feel like talking about. That's it. That's it. I'm not here for views and subs. I mean, it's all nice and all, but does it really put money in my pocket? No, I got my own job that I worry about. I got my own life to live. I really don't need to be on YouTube because YouTube is just, a cesspool. But, like I said, I just do this for fun. And if people watch, that's good. But, I can't please everyone. I mean, I already atoned for all the shit I've done in the past 14 years, going on 15 now, but, you know, the past is the past, and people want to keep bringing my past up, then they pretty much have no lives. They probably have a worse life than me. And that's a fact, too. Some have done worse things than me on this wonderful website. But I'm not going to get into that, because I don't feel like talking about it for 25, 35, 45 minutes. Got better things to do. You know what one of those things are? You want to know? Do you want to know what's more important than talking about some schmucks on YouTube? You want to know? I'll tell you what. And that is your late night AEW Dynamite! Yes! That's more important. Your AEW Dynamite review for Winter is Coming! 2013. Yeah, it's coming, alright. Not right now, but... Well, from some people in the, in this godforsaken country called America, you're getting snow! Over here in the Northeast, nothing. Not yet, anyway, but... I have looked at the long-range forecast. Oh, January is coming, and it's not gonna be good. Probably pretty much around the midpoint of middle to end of January. We're gonna get maybe a few storms. Hopefully not big ones, but I don't need that. My back can't take enough. I mean, carrying the weight of you know who, but you know. But I digress on that. But I hate winter. I hate it with a passion. But the thing is, we gotta go 3 months, at least 4 or 5 months of this shit. And winter is next weekend, which is, crazy. It's right around that winter. The winter solstice is around pretty much Christmas. But, I mean, it is what it is, and that's that. By the way, tomorrow is the final day of Hanukkah for all my Jewish fans out there, and friends. Got a lot of Jewish friends. Hope you had a great Hanukkah. Hope you got a crazy nights of presents. And next year, Hanukkah and Christmas are basically around the same fucking time. It is crazy that happens. And it's a leap year. I mean, next year is just gonna be wacky and weird for 366 days. Crazy. But, we are, as of this video, we are 17 days away from the end of the year. And we're 11 days away from Christmas. And the greatest day in the world. That's coming up pretty soon, too. Level 47, my friends. I'm leveling up, baby. Rank up! If you feel like playing the Final Fantasy, any Final Fantasy victory song, but I can't because I might get copyrighted. That would be bad. So, I'm not going to do that. But I'm happy. And this weekend, we got a couple of birthdays coming up. Maria Brink from the mighty In This Moment. Her birthday will be actually on Monday, yeah. Her birthday's on, I believe, I think it's on Monday, the 18th. Some people say it's the 17th, but I think it's the 18th. So, her birthday's on Monday, and the mighty Chris Howarth, the man who plays that electric twanger, his birthday's actually on Friday. I told you that December has the greatest days in the world, the greatest people that had birthdays during that month. Ozzy's birthday was basically, on December the 3rd. Chris Howarth's coming up basically Friday. Maria's birthday's on Monday. Mine's coming up pretty soon. With Jesus Christ the Lord. And let me kill myself from Motorhead. We play rock and roll. Rock out with your cock out. Alright. His birthday is basically the same day as mine. And Jesus. And if you have a birthday in December, well, you're lucky, but you're not as lucky as me. But it is what it is. So we're counting down those days, my friend. So the greatest day in the world, Christmas, New Year's Eve. It's gonna be a party pretty much for the next 2 weeks, my friends. Party time! And then, pretty much after that, we recover from our, from all our comas, from our alcohol coma, or whatever. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. But anyway, But anyway, let's get back to some wrestling. Alright, so it is your late night AEW Dynamite review for December the 13th, 2023. And it is Winter is Coming 2023. I believe this is the third or fourth year of this mighty event, which had some interesting stuff. We had Sting debut, a couple other people debuted at Winter is Coming. Kenny Omega debuted. Well, he didn't really debut, but you know what I mean. But a lot of things happening at Winter is Coming. This year, we had a big, huge show. Four, like the Four Horsemen, Continental Classic matches, 3 in the Gold League for week 4 of the tournament. Next week is the final week, and pretty much we're gonna find out who wins the Gold League and who wins the Blue League by next week. And those two people will fight it out at World's End, December the 30th, and the winner becomes the North American Triple Crown winner. They get the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship, the Ring of Honor World Title, and the new Continental Classic Championship. I don't know. I guess that's what's going to be called, the Continental Classic Title. Or you can call it the Continental Classic Championship, the Triple C. I used to know a guy who used to call himself the Triple C. Good old college buddy of mine. Long time ago. But I haven't seen him in a while. But I digress. I've seen pictures of him, but he's still hanging around kicking ass. But it is pretty much what it is. And that's that. So the winner gets not 1, not 2, but 3 belts. So that's why they call it the Triple Crown. So we had some great Gold League matches. We had a Blue League match with Andrade, who had an extra match, remember. He takes on Brody King, and pretty much first place on the line there. And we'll see what happens with that. And the big one tonight, Swerve Strickland versus Jon Moxley for first place in the Gold League and possibly the winner of the Gold League. But we got one more week to go, and a lot of spoilers might happen, but we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so let's get into it. Let's not waste any more precious time that I already wasted 12 minutes, but it is what it is. Alright, so Winter is Coming emanated from College Park Station in Arlington, Texas, even though the commentary team's like, oh, we're outside Dallas. Even Justin Roberts, the big idiot that he is, like, Dallas, Texas! Not in Dallas, you're in Arlington! Dallas and Arlington are 2 different cities. You dumb fox. Can we please stop saying, oh, we're at the shadows of Dallas? No, we're in Arlington. Hey, home of the Texas Rangers. World champs, baby. World champs! For now. But we'll talk about baseball in a couple months, but not right now. Alright, so we're about 2 weeks away from World's End, emanating from the Nassau Mausoleum in Long Island, New York. So, pretty much, we're going to have the finals of the Continental Classic at the pay-per-view. MJF defending the belt against Samoa Joe for the 3rd time. The Devil and his minions might be around. We'll see. Actually, they were around this evening, but we'll talk about that later. So, got a big show. Really big show, as Ed Sullivan used to say. Really big show. And that's that. So, as always, on Wednesday nights, our commentary team of the man behind the mask, Excalibur, the biggest Met fan I know, Taz, Red Hook Brother, and the man who is very legendary, very legendary. He should be in the Hall of Fame, along with, JRs are in there. You know, Gordon Solie, I believe, is in the WWE Hall of Fame, or if he's not, he should be. Jerry Lawler is in the Hall of Fame. Bobby the Brain Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon in the Hall of Fame. But a man who should be in the Hall of Fame, I don't know why he's not, and that is my good friend, Tony Baloney Schiavone. Big ups to the the former XWF, not the one that's out now. It's still there, but it sucks so bad. It is what it is. Actually, somebody asked me about that. Say, hey, we're talking about, somebody. I think somebody in Issa's chat said, "Oh, wrestling is fake." And you know how we get when somebody tells us that wrestling is fake. You know how I am. I go, yeah, you think wrestling is fake? I dare you. I dare any of you motherfuckers listen to this video between now and whenever. I dare you to pay for wrestling school. And the first bump you take, I guarantee you, you will fuck it up. And you are going to feel the worst pain you felt in your life. Tell me it's fake. Yeah, you say that to any wrestling school you go to, and whoever runs it, like Tommy Dreamer or even Booker T or anybody else, like maybe Cody Rhodes. You go in there, first day, you fuck up a bump, you're like, ow! You know what Cody Rhodes is going to say? It's not fake, isn't it? It's not fake, my friends. It is not. It might be predetermined. It's scripted. But the injuries are fucking real. You want to tell me that Psycho Sid, when he jumped off the top rope and kicked Scott Steiner in the face, the way he landed, his leg was all, you think that's fake? You think Dante Martin, when he got what happened to him, when he got a Canadian Destroyer on the ladder, then he came down and basically his leg went 360? You tell me that's fake? You think Owen Hart's death was fake? Come on. I want a legit answer. I want somebody in this so-called wrestling community to do a video, send it to me, and give me 10 reasons why you think wrestling is fake. And I'll watch it, I will laugh at some of the reasons. Maybe I'll do a response, but I doubt it, because I don't need to. But wrestling is not fake. It might be like I said, it's predetermined, it's scripted, yes. And it's somewhat for entertainment, even though wrestling is a sport, and I prove that with receipts. But in no fucking way is wrestling fake. You tell that to a wrestler, he or she will beat the fuck out of you. And the fans will too. I'll tell you from experience, I took a bump. It hurts. It hurts if you do it the wrong way. But if you get practice, you practice it, then you do bump after bump after bump. You'll feel like nothing after a while. But if you do it for a while, like a couple months, maybe a couple months, maybe a year or so. And you're good enough, maybe the promoter puts you on a show and everything, and then they can showcase you. See if you actually belong in the company. Or you can do an indie show. That's why so many people go to wrestling school, and if they get good enough, maybe they'll put out a tape for an indie promoter. I was like, hey, you want to join our school? What, join our school? We'll put you on the show and see how you do. And get maybe if you're good enough, you might win a title. Who knows? But it is what it is. I already told the story about me getting trained by the great Joel Maximo for a couple months. I didn't want to, I wanted to keep doing it, but I didn't want to be a wrestler. I wanted to be a commentator, which I still want to do, but reality sets in. You're like, hey, you need an actual job. You still chase the dream, but you gotta know people. I do know Carrie Silk, and I asked maybe to work in Ring of Honor. I'll freaking do the ring crew. I don't give a shit. I know people that have done that. Trademark used to do it way back in the day. With guys like, if you don't know what Trademark is, he used to hang out with Monoxide and a couple other people that still do COH. They used to be on YouTube, CWS, all those car wrestling things. Yeah, he actually got a job in Ring of Honor. I don't think he does it anymore, but he did ring crew. How do you think I found out about Prince Nana? I reached out to Carrie, and then somehow Carrie, I don't know how it happened, but Prince Nana, freaking one day DMs me and say, hey, I got a guy named Joel Maximo. He wants to, maybe you should go see him at his wrestling school. With Fighting Spirit Wrestling and everything. So I was like, all right, I'll hit him up. I hit him up. I go to his school, because he ran out of a garage, and the shows too, before he moved to different places. Yeah, I met Joelle. I was with the missus, she went with me, and, I met Suntan the Sultan, another wrestler for FSW, and I talked to Joel for a little bit, and we were kind of like, it was just an initial meeting, we didn't really do anything, besides a couple of moves here and there. Blah, 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 blah. There was two women wrestling, because there was a show from a different promotion that night. So, they did that, and Joe's like, hey, you want to take a bump? I'm like, not really. Not really, because I'm brittle, He's like, nah, it ain't gonna hurt, not gonna hurt. I'm like, come on. I'm like, alright, fine. So, knowing, me being a great person and everything, and, knowing and watching, like, Tough Enough, stuff like that, and watching various, like, tapes here and there, I know how to do flat back and actually how you do a bump, but when I did it, the first one I took, I did it really bad, and, didn't look good, I'll tell you that. It did not look good, Al. And Joe just looked at me like, what the fuck was that? I was like, sorry, I'm rusty. But, after that, did the second one perfectly. Joe's like, do it again. I'm like, okay. Did it again. Did it 4 times. And that was it. And then, from there, I did it for like a couple of months. I'd go after work, do a little training here and there. But then I was like, you know what, Joel, I want to focus on, I don't want to become a wrestler. It's nice that you're training me and everything, blah, 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 we got a couple matches here and there, right? But I won a couple. I didn't win a lot, but I was like, you know what, Joel, I want to focus on my life. I want to focus on my job. I don't want to get hurt. Really bad hurt at that point. I can't work. I'm disabled. I don't want to do that. I was like, I really came to do some commentary, but they already had a commentary team. So I was like, can I just come to the show and, just hang out, do some video, maybe I'll get an interview here and there. He's like, yeah, we can do that. I'm like, okay, that was it. That was my training, 2 months. But I still know more moves than you would probably know. And I used to know people that actually were in the business. I used to be friends with them. Now I'm not friends with them anymore because of bullshit from last year, but I'm not going to get into that. But it is what it is, and, I talked about it, Issa, of all people, Issa took a couple bumps. She did she did great, but she did better than, like, half the women that are in the indies right now. So, if I can do it, Issa can do it, and probably a schmuck like you can do it. But don't say it's fake. Just trust me, when you take that first bump, it is not going to feel good. If you do it wrong. If you do it correctly, you probably may or may not hurt yourself the first time. But if you do it wrong, trust me on this, you will hurt yourself. And if you do the moves incorrectly, you're gonna be probably paraplegic. Because you gotta learn how to forward roll, backwards roll, run the rope. Run the ropes is easy. It's easy. But doing a front forward roll, backwards roll, you gotta learn how to do the moonsaults and stuff. That's a little bit advanced for you, some of you, but you gotta learn how to, get knocked out of the ring. And you get clothesline out of the ring. You gotta learn how to hold the ropes and push yourself back to go over the ropes. Because if not, you're gonna land very bad. Or even get thrown over the rope. You gotta learn how to land too. It's tough. But with practice, you'll get it. But for the love of God, please do not say it's fake. Wrestling is not a sport, it's entertainment. No, it's not. It is a sport that entertains you, but it's an actual sport. If you don't believe me, there's wrestlers who will tell you it's a sport, like Shane Douglas. Right, Shane? That's right, the franchise says it's a sport, and if you don't like it, you can suck my ass. Right on. And I did a video on my original Shadow Slayer channel, TC 193. Probably still up by now, but that channel may not be up for long, because I don't have the password anymore. But I think that video is still up there. Wrestling a sport, and me and the missus provided receipts for that. So what do you want to do? But in any case, yeah, we had a little discussion about somebody said that, and me and like a lot of people in the chat went off. It's like, hey, I know how it feels to take a bump. And all the people were like, yeah, Issa took a bump. She did. Well, we don't think it's fake. We know it's scripted and predetermined, but the injuries are real. Like I said, if you think it's fake, I dare you to go to a wrestling school and take a bump. Please. Don't give me that BS. Don't give me that BS. Please. It just pisses me off. Anyway, me move on. Enough about that BS. Alright. So, we got Excalibur, Tony, Schiavone, and Taz at ringside. And let's get into the show. So we start off the show with Samoa Joe. To kick things off. And pretty much he's wanted to come out and talk about what happened with the Devil and his henchmen beating the shit out of MJF and leaving him in a heap with a broken glass beer bottle. So, Joe says, after last week with the Devil and his henchmen, I want answers on my way to becoming the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. But first, I want an answer about the broken beer bottle that was laid right next to MJF's head last week. He says, he goes, I went looking for answers, and a certain Hangman was missing. Says, I looked at the footage, I looked around, I smelled Stetson, and I looked at the beer bottles, the same beer bottle that Mr. Adam Page would be drinking. So I was like, okay. So, on cue, Adam Hangman Page comes out, about to do some cowboy shit. So he comes out, gets right in the ring, right in Joe's face. Basically says, I don't care about the Devil. And it's like, are you accusing me? If you're accusing me, say it right to my face. So it's getting a little bit... Yeah. So Joe says, I might be out here as an executioner, but then we hear, Samoa! Adam! Oh, no. He didn't say Adam, but by the way, Adam Cole shirt. Anyway. So, Roddy comes out with the rest of the Kingdom, Mike Kanellis Bennett, and I'm Matt Taven. Next strong, my friends. And if you don't like Matt Taven and the Kingdom and Roddy, you're Melvin. Anyway, so they come out, Roddy gets in the ring, And Roddy's out of his wheelchair. It's a Christmas miracle. You gotta love it. So Roddy brings up all the recent attacks by the devil and his henchmen, saying, "Oh, remember who was a world champion? Oh, MJF was a world champion. Who else was a world champion? Jay White. Blah 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 blah." I mean, he's like, what happened to the Acclaimed? Oh, that's right. That's right. They were friends of Max. Champions, basically. And so basically, they did it. And Roddy is still telling people that Max is the devil. Right? So we've seen the attacks by the devil and his henchmen, but we've never seen MJF actually being attacked. He was just left there to die. Basically, when MJF was about to get hit with a bat, then Joe comes out. MJF's nowhere, there. What happened to where was MJF when Jay White got beat up? We didn't see him. What happened? We saw MJF in the ring when the Acclaim got beat up and Anthony Bowens got thrown through a plate glass window. He wasn't actually there. He was in the ring, so how could he be there beating down people? And then we see him last week down on the ground and a beer bottle's next to him, but we didn't see the minions beat him up. So Roddy is insistent that MJF is the devil. Or is he? So he keeps bringing that up, and then Roddy's like, not Roddy, sorry. Hangman is like, alright, that's it. Beat him, punches him in the face, and sets up our first match of the night. And then Joe's like, alright, I'm out of here. And that was that. So, this whole who's the devil thing and the minions, or who's the minions? I mean, we're eventually going to get everything revealed. I would think by World's End, I think we're going to get some actual people revealed, or the devil may get revealed at World's End. And we still don't know who it is. We still got theories it might be Jack Perry. Because of the glass now, pretty much, it might be Jack Perry. But I still think it's Adam Cole, baby. People think it's Roddy. People think it's Kyle O'Reilly. It could be Max. People think it's Tony Khan. I mean, that makes no sense. But yeah, imagine it's Tony Khan. Tony Khan pulls a Vince McMahon. It was me, Max. It was me all along, Max. Then next thing you know, we get like the corporate ministry. We can't get the ministry, of course, but because we don't have an Undertaker-like guy. But or we could get the House of Black to join up with Tony Khan. Then that'll be the corporate ministry. But I digress. So I gave that first segment 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's all I gotta say pretty much about that. Alright, then we go to match number 1. The Hangman, Adam Page, taking on Next Strong, Roderick Strong, along with the Kingdom at ringside of Matt Taven and Mike Kanellis Bennett. Alright, pretty decent match. It's also with the Hangman punching Roddy into the corner. Hits a fallaway slam as Excalibur talks about the rest of the card, which you could have done after the match, Excalibur, you fucking mark. But anyway, a running shooting star press gives the Hangman a near fall. Roddy comes right back with some stomps in the corner. That gets broken up, and the Hangman starts his comeback again, and then clotheslines Roddy to the floor, and then hits a big slingshot flippy dibbity-doo. Gets the fans all fired up. Go back in. The Kingdom causes a distraction, which lets Roddy get in one of those Messiah backbreaker, because that's what he is, the Messiah of the backbreaker on the turnbuckle. Ow. As we go to break, we come back. Roddy continues the offense, working on the arm of the Hangman until he fights back up, and then we get serial discus forearms, and then both men get knocked down. The Hangman gets up first and gets a near fall of a Death Valley driver, and then starts biting away at his head. We got a biter! Alright, after that, he hits a moonsault press, and missed for the Hangman, who sticks the landing. Anyway, it was a perfect 10. No. Sticks the landing, grabs a pop-up sit-out powerbomb for a near fall. But Roddy comes back with a flapjack into the Olympic slam, or the angle slam, whatever you want to call it, for another near fall. And then Page comes right back and gets back up again. And then Matt Taven and Mike Kanellis-Bennett cause another distraction, which earns them a big moonsault on the floor, that all of them. So, Page gets right back in and picks up Roddy, hits the Deadeye, the inverted tombstone pile driver. 1, 2, 3. I thought really Roddy was gonna kick out of that, but sadly he did not. But Adam Page gets the win in under 15 minutes. And that's it. So the Hangman, Adam Page, gets the win, and the match I gave 3 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. We move on. Alright, match number 2. Special Blue League match. We had Brody King against Andrade El Idolo with the lovely CJ Perry at ringside. Ooh, yes. And that's pretty much it. The standings coming into this match, Andrade, Brody King, and Bryan Danielson all at 6 points. Eddie Kingston, who's putting up his Ring of Honor World title and the New Japan Strong Openweight title, he has 3 points. And Claudio at 3 points, but they have 2 matches left. Daniel Garcia is eliminated, but he can play spoiler. He has 0 points. And pretty much Eddie Kingston and Daniel Garcia somehow have 3 matches left. I don't know how you have 3 matches left with 2 weeks to play. I don't understand that. It's the G1, and sometimes you fight twice in the same week. But anyway, that's that. Alright, so we got Brody King and Andrade. It was a pretty damn good match. This whole tournament, these matches have been yummy and good. And that's it. So it starts with Andrade grabbing a basic headlock to start. Brody can't even power out of that? Really? Brody King? Come on now. That gets broken up. So Brody starts hammering away on Andrade, only to get knocked right back down. And then Andrade hits a top rope moonsault, sending Brody King to the outside. Then Andrade hits another one on the floor. We go back in. Brody knocks Andrade down hard, out to the floor as we go to break. We come back. We have a slobber knocker. Actually, take that back. We come back. Andrade fights out of a basic 1921 chin lock, and then starts chopping away at him. Woo! Get that? Andrade then knocks Brody down in the corner, manages a body slam of all things, sets up a split-legged moonsault. That's not unheard of from Mr. Andrade. Split-legged moonsault for a near fall. Goes for the running shotgun knees in the corner and missed. Ow. Brody then blasts him with a big-time lariato for a near fall. Then he goes back, hits the cannonball for a near fall. Then he slug it out until Andrade hits that quick spinning back elbow of his. Then he goes up top, but Brody catches him on top. And then Andrade manages to somehow expose that steel part of the turnbuckle, not the actual, took down the turnbuckle pad. You see the steel rod there. But the other part of the turnbuckle. So he exposes that and drops Brody face first on that. Ow! So Brody is legit, knocked the fuck out. And Andrade picks him up, hits that hammerlock DDT he calls El Idolo. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3 in under 15 minutes. Andrade is now the leader of the Blue League at 9 points, and he has 2 matches left. He has one on Collision, and then the final week next Saturday night on Collision. So, it's nitty-gritty time, and Andrade has 9 points with 2 matches remaining. Same thing. Brody has 6 points with 2 matches remaining. He has one against. I think he's facing. Who's he facing? I think he's facing Claudio. Yeah, because Eddie Kingston's facing Daniel Garcia this week on Collision. Claudio is facing. I think Claudio's facing Brody King. No, Claudio's facing, I think, Danielson. I think. I forget. But, in any case, really, Eddie Kingston and Daniel Garcia have an extra match. So we're going to probably have a match on Rampage or a match on Collision. So they get those 2 out of the way. So everybody's should have 1 match left going into the final week, which is next week. And from there, we're going to get pretty much the semifinals of the Gold and Blue League on the December 27th edition of Dynamite. And those winners will go on to World's End to fight for the North American Triple Crown title. That's it. So we'll be done by next week, pretty much next weekend with the tournament matches. And then we got 1 more match on December the 27th, the Gold League semifinals and the Blue League semifinals. So we probably see Swerve and maybe Mox again, but we'll see what happens with that. And in the Blue League, it's a toss-up right now. I think we might see Andrade and Bryan Danielson, and I think, like I said, I think we all picked Swerve and Bryan Danielson to go to the finals at World's End, and I think Swerve should beat Bryan Danielson and win the North American Triple Crown Championship. So, Swerve will get a champ. It'll be a champion, not the world champion. Well, Ring of Honor Championship, I guess it'll be a world championship. So there you go. It won't be the first black man to win the world title, the Ring of Honor world title, because I was Jay Lethal. So we'll see what happens with that. So the Blue League, tightening up right now. Andrade is the leader with 2 matches remaining, and we'll see what happens this Saturday night on Collision. That's that. Alright, then we go to the back with Renee Paquette and a very special guest, the Von Erichs. They're there, Mr. Kevin Von Erich and Marshall, and I believe I know it's Marshall, and I think it's Rob or Ron Von Erich, the kids. So they're there talking to Renee about, being back in the Dallas area, Texas area, where World Class Championship Wrestling basically was born. Remember the Triple Cage Tower of Doom? Those matches were pretty much around the Texas area. But anyway. So they're talking, and then they get interrupted by the AEW International Champion, freshly squeezed orange juice, Orange Cassidy. Mr. Danhausen! I will curse you. And Trent Beretta. So they all come in, and Orange Cassidy asks the Von Erichs to team up with them, and goddamn, they got not Kevin Von Erich, obviously, he's old, but, maybe, I don't know, but he asks them to team up with him on Rampage, and of course, they're in. So I don't know if we're going to get like a 12-man tag team match, or what we're going to get on Rampage, but Mr. Danhausen is also assured that Cassidy isn't going to turn on him. Is that long-term booking? I don't know. But, no, great to see the Von Erichs on Rampage. But, Kevin Von Erichs he's old. But probably can still go, but that guy. But, we've seen Marshall and I think it's Rob Von Erich a couple of times. So they're pretty good. We saw them on AEW maybe a couple of times in the last couple of years. But they're very good, living on the Von Erich legacy. Hopefully they don't get the Von Erich curse. I think we all know what that is. Fucking Kerry Von Erich, gone. You know, all the Von Erich sons pretty much gone, except for I think Kevin Von Erich is the only living member. But now you know all the kids are around, and they're gonna be, you know, we got Marshall and Ross basically. You know, you barely see them at times, but that should be good. You know, great to see the Von Erichs, one of the legendary tag teams. I believe they're in the Hall of Fame. Or if not, they should be, but I think they are. But, I mean, great legendary tag team, you know, within the NWA. You know, Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado, didn't have a great run in WWE. Just basically kicked them out real quick. He was Intercontinental Champion for like a minute. Not that long, and then lost. He lost it. And then when he came in, everybody was like, who the hell is this guy? And then they started to come around. It's like, oh, it's Kerry Von Erich. Well, what happened to Fritz, you know? What happened to the other Von Erichs? Oh, that's right, they died. But, you know, if Kerry didn't get involved in all the BS that the other Von Erichs got into, I could probably say Kerry Von Erich, he was world champion. Lots of great feuds with Ric Flair. You know, he had a glass jaw. And then pretty much was the innovator of the Iron Claw. What do you think they made the movie? The movie's pretty much out now. It was about to be out. And, you know, MJF had a part in it. They cut it out. I don't know why. But, I think he was a producer for it, or something like that. So, they did the red carpet. He was there with, he took a picture with John Cena and Baron Corbin. People are like, oh, MJF's going to WWE! Really now? He's using that as leverage to go to WWE. Please. Fucking Marks thinking that. I don't think MJF's going to WWE. I just think he's having a great time in AEW right now. You know, if you've seen him, the last scrum they had for Full Gear, he was happy. He seemed happy. You know, eating his pickles and everything. You know, being buddy with Tony Khan. I love it here. You can say that, punk, but you know, I just don't think the bidding war for 2024. You know, MJF. And people like Wardlow and probably Ricky Starks are going to jump ship to go to WWE. I don't think MJF is going to really fuck up AEW and fuck up everything about AEW and waste his years in AEW and go to Hunter, you know, his best friend Hunter. I just don't think so. I think he has secretly signed a contract. And he's going to be with the company until 2027. But then again, we don't know. I don't think we're going to know until actually probably January 1st, 2024. Pretty much when his contract ends. It ends at midnight. So 12 o'clock and 1 second, MJF will be a free agent. So we got 17 days and a whole bunch of hours remaining on MJF's contract. And we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, getting back to the Von Erichs, they're going to team with Orange Cassidy, Mr. Danhausen, and Trent Beretta on Rampage against I don't know who. And that's it. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And, that's it. Alright, after that, we go back to the ring. We hear the music of another good friend of mine. That is Kenny, by God Omega. Bang! So he comes out, and then Chris Jericho comes out, and his arm looks like the Bionic Man. So that shoulder, that broken elbow of his. So the Golden Jets are back. they're in the ring, fans, singing, Judas in my mind, Even though they didn't really show Jericho coming out, they showed him, like, right, after the break. He's in there, it's, like, right near the end of Judas, basically. And the fans, like, sing the last line, and Judas like, yeah! Kenny's like, yeah, that's how you do it, yeah! Karaoke! Okay. So, they're there, and, they want, basically, the AEW Tag Team Champions, Big Cass. He's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. So, and Absolute Ricky Starks, they come out, and on cue, they come out, and then, basically, Ricky Starks suggests that Jericho is going to turn on Kenny. Kenny's like, I haven't seen that before. And then Kenny brings up that Big Cass being part of the firm, which was, rather soft. I was like, damn, a little bit innuendos, okay. Okay. The segment was kind of cheesy, but anyway. So they set up the title match at World's End. So the match is now official for the AEW Tag Team belts. So then, the champs bring up Starks beating Jericho not once, but twice. And then Jericho thinks that Big Cass and Ricky Starks need a new name. So we make some suggestions, which they bleep out, like, I think they said Rick and Dick. Some weird freaking suggestions had to be censored, and some of them were really cringy. But the eventual solution was Big Billy Starks. Okay, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, that was more cringe. And then Jericho calls Billy Starks a better dressed man than Enzo Amore. I'm like, wow, an Enzo reference, dude. And then Kenny's saying that Enzo wouldn't take all of Bill's spotlight. Right. Anyway, and then Kenny basically says, okay, we're going to wrap this up. No, thank you. So, Kenny does the ever-popular goodbye. And good night, bang. It wraps up this really horrible, cringe-worthy segment. Oh, they tried. Yeah, some of those, insults were like freaking TNA-like insults from back in the day. I'm like, ugh. Let's just continue with the toilet humor here. Big Dick, Rick and Dick, something bitch. I think they bleeped out bitch, really. Oh yeah, we'll bleep out those curse words, but then they have a movie which says, oh, fuck this, and they actually have, they don't bleep the fuck, right? Same thing with the USA Network. Oh yeah, we'll be PG. Well, WWE's PG, but, AEW is pretty much, I think, TV-14. I don't know about TVMA, I don't know what it is, but you can't say dick, you can't even say shit most of the time. They cut out goddamn. Stupid censorship. But it is what it is. Long story short, I gave this segment 2.25 out of 5 stars. It was just cringe-worthy and really like kindergarten-like insults. All we needed was somebody to say, succotash, son. Roman still won't live that promo down. Anyway, we move on. Yeah. Alright, so from there, we go to the women, and not that slot. But we get to our next match. I believe this is match number 3. But anyway, go to the women. We have Ruby Soho taking on little young Rio. That guy's waifu, along with Makito, motherfucker! Well, yeah, Rio comes out, Ruby comes out, and everybody's saying, Ruby, 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 Ruby Soho. And she's facing, her name is Rio, and she dances on my lap. And then when she's done, she goes and takes a nap. I wish I knew the rest of the words, but I don't. But anyway, so we got Rio and Ruby Soho, one-on-one. But first we got Timeless Toni Storm coming out to do commentary. And she comes out with, I mean, she's looking hot, as always. But then Mariah May comes out. Oh! That's some booty. 4 gorgeous women. Booty mania, my friends. Booty mania. In that ring and on commentary. So, Mariah May comes out. I guess Luther is still hurt. I don't know what happened to Luther. Who cares? But anyway, they come out. You know, Tony gets on commentary. You know, kind of flirting with Taz. I mean, Taz, you're a married man. Stop it. And kind of flirts a little bit with Tony Schiavone. You're a married man. Stop it. You know, she looks good, and then they go in between coloring when they go to Toni Storm, they go back to the black and white. I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, okay. That's good. Good. But I was waiting for Toni to go, chin up, tits out, and watch for the shoe. She didn't say that. But anyway. Alright, so get to the match. Match was meh. Anyway, it's also Ruby stomping away on Rio. Rio comes back with a suplex for a near fall. Then they go up top. Rio hits a top rope double stomp. Ouch, as we go to break. We come back. Rio still in control, hits a high cross body for a near fall. Then sets up a kind of pinfall reverse sequence. 1, 2, 1, 2. Get that. Then a crucifix bomb gives Rio a near fall. But Ruby, who basically did nothing in the match, hits no future. Kind of didn't hit it at first, but you know, Rio sold it, and Ruby got 2.9999995 out of that. But then Rio comes back with a suplex, and then some running knees, and basically Ruby got knocked the fuck out. And in just under 8.5 minutes, Rio gets the win. What are you gonna do? So I give the match 2.25 out of 5 stars, and then after the match, she and Toni Storm basically look at each other. So it looks, I would assume, that at World's End, we're gonna get Toni Storm defending against little young Rio. Is Rio gonna win? No. Sorry, that person that loves her so much, and she's on rental. By the way, when's due? But I'm kidding. But yeah, we're gonna see Rio versus Toni Storm. I think Toni's gonna retain at World's End, and we'll see what happens with that. At least we see Rio. She's young, but she's a cutie patootie Japanese chick. Ta-da! You move on. Alright, so after that, we get a video on Wardlow. Still needs a haircut. His hair is growing a little bit longer than mine right now. Get a haircut, hippie! Anyway, so we get that, and basically Wardlow says, we're coming for you, I'm coming for you, Max. I'm gonna end you and your reign of terror. I think Wardlow's one of the minions. I think it's pretty much obvious. But I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. So I give that 3 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, now we go to we go into the Gold League now, in the Continental Classic, Week 4. So, our first match in the Gold League, we have 2 former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champions. We have Black Machismo, ooh, yeah, get it! Jay Lethal, taking on former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. He won the title, I believe, in 2019 from Jay Lethal. And that is, well, he had it in 2019, lost to the PCO. Anyway, but it's Rush of La Facción Ignobles. So he came out with Jalistico, Preston Vance and Jose Jalapeno and Isik. So they came out. So this match was 4 minutes? 4 minutes? I know you pressed for time for the main event, but 4 minutes. Anyway, so it starts off with Jay Lethal picking up the pace to start, knocks Roosh to the mat, sets up that basement drop kick of his. Then he does the woo Ric Flair strut, which allows Roosh to come right back with a snap German suplex. Then he goes outside. Roosh beats the crap out of him again on the outside. Then he throws him in. More chops. Why not? And then he gets in the ring, does the Tranquilo Naito pose. Well, Andrade does that too. Which allows Jay Lethal to get a little bit of a breather. Then he charges into a power slam for a near fall. But Lethal comes right back with Lethal Combination. And then Roosh runs him over again. A super kick cuts off the bull's horns, but Roosh blocks the lethal injection. And then Roosh grabs a chokehold. I don't know what kind of move it was, but it was effective. And Lethal basically tapped out. That's it. Lethal hasn't won any matches in this godforsaken tournament. Same thing with Mark Briscoe. That's sad. But anyway, Roosh gets the win, and he goes to 6 points in the tournament. So he is still, technically, he's still alive, but I think it's pretty much over for Roosh. But he might get into the semifinals, because if there's a tie, I think it goes by head-to-head matchups, like the G1 does, but we'll see what happens with that. So this match was alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. So as of right now, we have Moxley and Swerve at 9 points. Jay White, who has a match coming up later coming up next against Mark Briscoe. He has 6 points. Roosh has 6 points. He has one final match remaining, and I think that's against Moxley. Mark Briscoe has no points. He's eliminated, but he can play a little bit of spoiler. And Jay Lethal eliminated, but he can play spoiler as well. So that's it. So I think next week we got Moxley and Roosh. Swerve will take on... I think Swerve's taking on Jay Lethal. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We'll see what happens with that. And that's that. After match, Jeff Jarrett, J-E-F-J-A-R-E-T-T. His wife Karen Jarrett and the original player from the Himalaya, Sanjay Dutt, Satnam Singh's back in India getting more seasoning. And they come out. Lethal's pissed. Wouldn't you be if you don't have any points in the tournament and you got eliminated? Sucks to be you. And that's pretty much it. So we got that. Alright, then we get a hype video on Moxley versus Swerve. So we get that. Alright. Alright, then we get a little bit of a video of Jay White and Mark Briscoe. We see them in Ring of Honor. We saw a couple of matches when Jay White debuted in AEW. But pretty much, Mark Briscoe has yet to defeat him. So, get to this match, which is a little bit better. A little longer, too. Under 12-minute match. They sort of fast and furious. Mark gets the better of things. Hits a quick Death Valley driver. Then goes up top. It's Froggy, which sends Jay White going into the barricade. Kind of smart. He didn't go for the cover. Or get pinned or anything. But Jay White goes right back in with a shot of his own. Mark is then knocked outside. Gets rammed into the barricade. Ow. But then comes back with Red Kufu, which breaks up the Blade Runner. And then Jay White knocks Mark down again as we go to break. We come back. Hey, the faces come back usually during the break. Mark fights out of trouble with one mean clothesline. Then he sends Jay White outside. Then he goes on the apron and hits the bang elbow like Mick would hit. Why is he hitting my move? Pivot! Oh, he's emulating you, you dumbass. You happy? Oh, okay. Would you like a Dorito? No. It's late. I don't want a Dorito. But they're very tasty. God damn it, Mick, get out of here. Don't make me call Terry. Terry! Cactus, why are you waking me up, you piece of crap? Leave him alone. I'm sorry. Anyway, so he hits that off the apron, knocking Jay White out. Jay White puts Jay White on top for some shots to the back. Ow. Then hits a belly to back superplex. Brings Jay White back down, but then he grabs a sleeper suplex. Goes for the Blade Runner and gets counted into one hell of a suplex by Mark. Tries to go for Froggy Bow again, but this time Jay White got his knees up, and then pretty much it was it. Jay White hits the Blade Runner. 1, 2, 3. So as a result, Roosh, who needed Mark to win to possibly stay in the tournament, but Roosh is officially eliminated. And that's it. But the match itself was okay, so I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it for that. Now the updated standings are Moxley and Swerve at 9, Jay White at 9 points. He's going to be facing Mox next week. So that match and the winner of the main event coming up, that's really going to determine who wins who goes to the semifinals, basically. I think it's probably going to be... Swerve, I think, takes on Jay Lethal, I think. So, if Swerve... Well, I don't want to spoil it, but... Whoever wins between Moxley and Swerve will have 12 points. So, they're kind of in the driver's seat for now. But if one of them win, they're going to get 15 points. Sweep the entire Gold League. And then whoever has 9 points gonna need one of those people to win. So Moxley might need somebody to win to get into the semifinal match. Jay White, the same thing. So Rouge, Mark Briscoe, and Jay Lethal are gonna be playing heavy spoilers next week. And we'll see what happens with all that. But the match was pretty decent, and I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, before the main event, we got a video on what's going to happen this Friday night at Final Battle in one of those main matches. Besides Athena defending the Ring of Honor Women's Championship against Billy Starks. That's going to be insane. We got an I Quit match between the premier athlete Tony Nese and All Ego Ethan Page. Big beefy men slapping the living shit out of each other match. Keith Lee and Shane Taylor. I think we have... And then another match that was announced is the Jay Briscoe Memorial 6-man tag team match, where we have the Blackpool Cuck Club of Bryan Danielson, coming back to Ring of Honor, teaming up with Claudio Castagnoli, former Ring of Honor World Champion, and the current three-time Pure Champion, and the man who sucks really bad, that's Wheeler Yuta. They're going to be taking on the team of Mark Briscoe, going back to Ring of Honor, and FTR, Cash, Clock, Wheeler, and Dax the Axe Hardwood in a special 6-man tag team match that is going to be great, but I think we're going to shed a tear or two because it's in memory of the great man up there, you great man up there. Reach for the sky, boy! Jay Briscoe. So, there you go. So that match is going to be great. I really don't care who wins this match, personally. I think FTR and Mark are going to win because of Jay. But it should be a good match, and honoring the legacy and the memory of Jay Briscoe. So there you go. So we move on with all that. Alright, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to your main event of the evening, which lasted just under 16 and a half minutes. And then we get the aftermath of that, the aftermath segment, the final segment before we end this. So the final match, the main event match, the final match in week 4 of the Gold League, we had John Moxley at 9 points, along with, and then he takes on Swerve Strickland at 9 points. So Swerve, as always, comes out, and then my good friend, a man from Brooklyn, baby, because all people from Brooklyn kick mighty mean ass, and Swerve comes out with Prince Nana, the original Prince of the Prophecy, comes out and does his dance. I swerve when I drive, and I swerve when I drive. There you go. So he comes out, dances, the fans are dancing too. I mean, Prince Nana is just, you gotta love the guy, man. You gotta love the guy. Anyway, so this match was a slobber knocker. It's also when Moxley gets taken right into the ropes, and then Swerve kisses him on his forehead. No homo. I kiss you, my son. Anyway. And then Swerve knocks him to the outside. They get back in, and Swerve knocks him right back down. Sets up a middle rope DDT for a very nasty crash. But Mox gets right back up, knocked to the apron, where he manages to crotch Swerve onto the ring skirt. Ow! That had to hurt. Swerve goes arm first into the ring steps. Oof. As we go to break, we come back. Swerve comes back as the heels come back. Give him a break. Swerve hits an elbow to the back and then starts dancing. He's doing the dance now. Yeah, Swerve, you're getting into it. Love it, baby. He's doing that. He did that at House of Glory. House of Boring. He did it at the Jaguars game. Now he's doing it in the matches now. Man, he is getting so much freaking praise from the fans. It is insane. If he doesn't win this tournament, people are going to be pissed. I'm people. I'm serious. But anyway. So he starts dancing, and then he goes up top, and then dives into a Gilmore cutter! Hold on. Bang! By Moxley. Stop it, Mox! Stop stealing my move, you son of a bitch! And then Mox, it's a, Gotch-style pile driver for a near fall. Ooh, Minoru Suzuki's gonna be mad at you. And they fought before. Mox and Mr. Minoru Suzuki beat the fuck out of each other. Anyway. So Swerve comes back with a suplex, dropping Mox, who pops right back up, earning himself a running big boot to face. And then Swerve goes to the cover, gets a near fall. Swerve hits his own hammer and anvil elbow shots. Then goes up top, but gets shoved down to the floor. Very hard and scary, almost. They tease a count out, but that gets broken. Moxley goes for a cross arm breaker, which sends Swerve hurrying to the ropes to break the hold. Swerve fights back, hits the Swerve stomp, and I thought it was over, but we get a 2.999999999999995, and then Moxley rolls him up out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3 with a handful of underwear. So Moxley gets the win. He is a perfect 4-0 in the Gold League. He goes to 12 points and pretty much has himself locked in for the semifinals, which are December the 27th. And right now, it is a toss-up what's gonna happen here. It is a toss-up, but the match was pretty damn good. 3.5 out of 5 stars. I was hoping that Swerve would win this, but I don't know. I mean, Moxley has to face Roosh next week. And Swerve, I believe, has to face Jay Lethal. He should win that. So I think it's going to be a tie between Moxley and Swerve. I mean, Jay White has to win next week as well, but Moxley's facing him, so who knows? Who knows? It might be a three-way tie at 12 points next week. But I think with head-to-head, I think we're going to see in the Gold League final, or the semifinals, basically the Gold League final, Moxley and Swerve going at it one more time, and the winner of that will go to World's End, and I think that's going to be Swerve. He's going to get his win back, and in the Blue League, the finals will probably be Andrade and Bryan Danielson, and I think Danielson will win that, and at World's End we'll see Danielson and Swerve, and I think Swerve will be the guy to win the North American Triple Crown Championship, and we'll see what happens with that. All right, so your final standings in Week 4 of the Gold League, we have Moxley at 12 points, Swerve at 9, Jay White at 9, and these guys all have one match apiece, except for Mark Briscoe, who has 2 matches left. So I think he has one coming up this week, and then pretty much next week he's done. Roosh at 6. So if Swerve loses, Jay White loses, Roosh can get right into that semi-final spot, even though he's eliminated, but I forgot he was eliminated, my bad. So Roosh can win and get 9 points, but it won't matter. So pretty much it's between Moxley and Swerve who gets the most points. So Moxley beats Roosh next week, and Swerve beats, I think he faces Jay White. I'm not sure, I forget who, but if Swerve wins, he gets the 12 points. Moxley without 12, but I don't know. I forgot how the tiebreakers work. I think it goes head to head, but I'm not even sure. So, we'll see what happens with all that. So once again, Moxley at 12, Swerve at 9, Jay White at 9, Roosh with 6 points, all with one match remaining. Mark Briscoe eliminated with 0 points. He has 2 matches remaining, not that it's going to matter. And Jay Lethal eliminated 0 points, and he has 1 match remaining, which will be next week. That's it. So that's the standings in the Gold League. We'll see what happens. It's Friday night on Rampage, and Saturday on Collision with the Blue League matches in the 4th round. Or the 4th week, I should say. And that's it. But we don't end AEW Dynamite there. We go right to the back, where we see Hangman Adam Page being attacked in the dreaded parking lot. They need some security guards there, goddammit. Anyway, he's getting attacked by the Devil's minions in the parking lot. And then we see a car behind them. He's fighting it out, but the minions are basically beating the shit out of him. And then we see the Devil in the car, and he kind of steps out of the car, and he just nods his head. And then the minions take Adam Page, and then they chokeslam him on the windshield of the car, driven by the Devil. Oh, real glass, by the way. So that ends Dynamite. So now, I mean, it's like almost 3 weeks in a row, 3 out of 4 or 5 weeks in a row, we've seen people get put through glass. Anthony Bowens, Max got hit with a glass beer bottle, and now Adam Page got chokeslammed on a glass windshield. So does that tell you it's Jack Perry or what? And if it is Jack Perry, I will tell you right now, it is the worst decision that Tony Khan is going to do. Because everybody thinks it's Adam Cole. If it's anybody but Adam Cole, baby, this whole thing is a waste. People think it's freaking Dolph Ziggler. They think it's Mustafa Ali, like Retribution 2.0 is going to start. No, I hope not. So, we'll see what happens with that. is what it is. So, I don't know when we're going to get the reveal. It's going to be a big reveal, but if it's Jack Perry, I think everybody in wrestling is going to be pissed. I mean, Tony Khan's going to have mega egg on his face, not that he has any already. I mean, losing freaking Jay Cargill and Cody, and possibly MJF now. Yeah, really, Punk. Well, Punk wasn't really his fault, but anyway. If it's Jack Perry, I mean, AEW, the fans are going to revolt. And I think this whole devil thing with Max is just going to be a waste. If it's Max, then it's like kind of obvious. But I think if it was anybody else besides possibly Max or Adam Cole, baby, because they were kind of teasing all that for the whole summer, that Adam Cole might turn on MJF, or MJF will turn on Adam Cole. It makes no sense. Make it make sense, Tony Khan. Please. Give the fans what they want and have the devil be Adam Cole, baby. You can maybe stretch it out a little bit more. You don't have to do a big reveal at World's End, even though it's in Max's hometown. But, I mean, we're going to have to get to an end point somewhere. Whether it be a Revolution, or maybe Double or Nothing, where Adam Cole can come back, depending on his injury, legit or not. So we'll see what happens with that, and that's it. All right, so that ends a pretty solid Dynamite. I gave it a solid 7 out of 10 stars. Well, let me know what you motherfuckers thought of the show in a comment down below if you wish, or whatever you like. And that's pretty much it. All right, so I am out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you like the video. Stick that thumb straight up everybody else's ass. Subscribe to the channel. And we'll see how everything else goes from there. And that's pretty much it. I will be back tomorrow night with my NXT review. I might do Ring of Honor. Maybe if I can get to it tomorrow night, I'll do Ring of Honor tomorrow night. If not, Friday, early Friday. So I do gotta take the wrestling cat to the vet early in the morning, and then pretty much I got the rest of the day off. So I had to take the day off because of the cat, but I have to work Saturday, so it is what it is. But I'll try to do Ring of Honor sometime in the afternoon on Friday. Then I will do my Final Battle predictions on TGC number 16. Sweet 16, my friends. And then later on Friday night, your SmackDown review. And then Saturday, I will do, Saturday I'll do the review for Final Battle. And then Saturday night, your AEW Rampage and Collision review once again. Gonna be doing that for the, I think the 5th week in a row. I lost count, but we'll do that, and then get you ready for the rest of the weekend. Sunday, I'm probably gonna hopefully I'm gonna take off, just to watch some football and get some rest for a while, and then we'll be right back on Monday night with your Monday Night Raw review, the final live Raw, pretty much live show for WWE, because they already taped the next 2 weeks of NXT tonight. Very scary moment where Ilya Dragunov was fighting Ridge Holland, and Ilya got dropped on his neck and had to be stretchered out. People thought it was a legit injury. Other people saying it's a storyline injury. Here's what I gotta say. Get rid of Ridge Holland. Release him. How many more people gotta get a neck injury? I mean, he put freaking Johnny Gargano on the shelf for a little bit. Basically, Big E, broken neck. We don't know if he's gonna come back ever. And now freaking Dragunov, I don't know if it's legit or not. I'm hoping it's not. Because that would be really bad for NXT. Really bad. If he goes, I mean, we're going to have a tournament at New Year's Evil? I mean, come on now. They have to get rid of Ridge Holland. Suspend him, release him, get him out of WWE. I don't care if he goes to Team Impact or goes to AEW. I know he'll be lost in the shuffle there. Impact maybe not so much, but he needs to get out. He needs to get more seasoning. Because he's starting to become like Nia Jax and botch a lot. I mean, how many people did Nia Jax put out? Shayna Baszler, Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan. Well, not so much Liv Morgan. But Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark and Raquel Rodriguez are out for like a week or two. Because of her dominance and botching a little bit. She put Kyrie out of WWE for like, what, a year? Or like maybe a little over a year or two? Nia needs to go. I'm sorry, you know. But, you know, I guess, you know, they like her so much, they brought her back. But they should have just made her go to NXT. I wouldn't give too much of a crap if she injured anybody down there besides maybe Tiffy Tiff, but that's it. And maybe Lyra, Rakitia, you know. But Nia Jax freaking needs to get some seasoning. But and Ridge Holland, I think if he goes to NXT, back to NXT just to get some seasoning and maybe some more work, that's great and all, but he needs to stop like trying to kill people. You know, I'm glad that freaking Gargano survived and he came back. Big E, I don't know if he's ever coming back. And now, God forbid, Ilya Dragunov has a stinger. Hopefully he's a stinger and not a legit broken freaking neck. If it's a legit injury, it has to. I'm hoping it's a stinger. But if it's worse than that, I would hope that the WWE higher-ups say, you know what, we got to get rid of this guy. He's hurting too many people. So, we'll have to see what happens with all that. But that's, you know, coming up. The spoilers are ready. Some of the spoilers are out for the 19th. I don't know about the 26th yet, but I mean, if you want to look at them on Ringside News, then do that. SmackDown will be taped this Friday as well. To do 2 tapings. Roman will be on that show this week, and then the next 2 weeks will be taped. So pretty much they're taping 3 shows. Or they're gonna tape it on Saturday. I don't know how they're doing it, but next week's show is taped, and then the 29th, which is going head to head with Collision and Rampage, that's also taped. At least I think it is, because really Hunter gave the people basically the 19th, I think, till the 26th off. So I don't know if SmackDown is going to have a final live show on the 29th. I mean, so stay tuned for that. But I think they're going to be taping next week's show on Friday. So December 22nd will definitely be taped. But as far as Christmas Raw, that's probably going to be taped on Monday. So see that. And then the next live show will be the Day 1 edition of Raw, January 1st, 2024. NXT will be back live January 2nd, 2024 for New Year's Evil. And then SmackDown, like I said, it might be live on December 29th. Going head-to-head with a live Collision and possibly Rampage. So we'll see what happens with that. We know the ratings will not be good for Rampage and Collision. But we'll have to see what happens with that. And then, pretty much, those are the final shows of the year. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But AEW will be live. Dynamite will be live for the next couple weeks. Rampage will be taped this Friday and next Friday. And I think they'll be live on the 29th. Collision will be live the next 3 weeks to end the year. And then we'll kind of get back to normal when we hit January. So that's it. So stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff to talk about in the next 17 days. Well, 16 days. 16, 17 days, whatever you want to call it. So stay with me and really please hit that bell. Because if you miss anything in the next 2 weeks, you're going to miss a lot. and you're gonna feel really bad about it. But that's all I gotta say about that. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm going to go to bed, and then I gotta get up for work tomorrow, and I gotta do some errands tomorrow afternoon, and then pretty much I got the weekend off, and then next week is pretty much Christmas week, and getting ready for the greatest day in the world, and then after that, I'll hit level 47, and then getting ready for the end of the year, and then get started for 2024. So we got 11 days to Christmas and 17 days away till the end of the year. So batten down the hatches. These days are going to go by real quick, and we're going to have fun, and that's all that matters for now. Alright, so that is it for now. 7 out of 10 stars for Dynamite. Leave your thoughts down below. Like the video, subscribe, like I said, hit the bell, all that good shit, and that's it. So, thank you for watching, everybody. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out, rock on, and rock hard with your cookout. And if you're not down with that, well, that's just too fucking bad, my friends, because if you're not down with me and a whole bunch of other people that are way better than you, and you really fucking know it by now, then we got 3 fucking words for you. Fuck you, man. And also, to close out, as I always do, I'm going to pay a little bit of tribute to my good friend Kenny Omega. I bid you adieu, goodbye, and good night. Bang! That's it. Until next time, my friends. Peace.